Hello and welcome to our service. I'm Carrie Kahape and I'm your MC for today. So I'd like to just start by talking about our Ohigan service and a little bit of the meaning behind it. Higan is abbreviation for O-Higan, which literally means to reach the other shore. In Buddhism, the world of suffering is referred to as this shore, and the world of enlightenment is called the other shore. This is a unique Japanese Buddhist observance. It is held twice annually to coincide with the Spring and Autumn Equinox. And it is held on this day because of the equinox is seen as being perfectly balanced, or an attribute associated with the Bodhisattva and the Buddha, reminding us of the middle path. The term Higan comes from the Sanskrit word paramita, or gone to the other shore, and suggests the 6 paramitas of selfless donation, discipline, patience, effort, perseverance, meditation, contemplation, and wisdom or insight. Various sutras teach that the 6 paramitas, or perfections of practice, are the way of reaching the other shore from this shore. Jodo Shinshu, however, has a unique perspective on O-Higan. The focus is not for the individual to practice their paramita. Instead, the paramita was fulfilled by the Amida Buddha. And because of this, the focus of the O-Higan observance for the Jodo Shinshu Buddhists is to listen to the Dharma that has been fulfilled and shared through the name of the Buddha, or Namo Amida Butsu. At this time, we'd like to welcome our minister, Reverend Sawana.
May the spirit of Amida Buddha pervade our spreads hall. May we seek the way without contravening its great vow. With the avatars of wisdom and compassion mingle among us, may the Buddha himself come riding to a mist sitting on a lotus pole. Namo Amida Buddha, Namo Amida Buddha, Namo Amida Buddha. Today, before the altar with Incense Amida Buddha, we gather together to observe the Spring and Autumn Service. According to legend, the setting sun of the day of Equinox point to the Pure Land, which is said to be due west of us, and that is its gates are open on those 2 times of the year of the Ohigan, to allow our ancestors to come and visit us. Higan, which means reaching the other shore, that suggests another world after death. Forever, in Buddhist teaching, is a means to attainment of enlightenment on nirvana. For us, the Pure Land. We cross the stream or rivers of birth and death, using the raft of the Dharma. Master Sri Ram reminds us a twofold responsibility. We have to learn from our predecessors of the past and to live good lessons in the better world for those come in the future. May we receive this Ohigan to realize the importance of learning from Buddha Dharma and from those who lived before us. We confirm our commitment to listen ever more diligently the teachings of Shakyamuni Buddha and with Master Shinran, the teachings of human Buddhism. Respectfully Higasho on March 12, 2023, Shakti. Place your hands together. Higasho. Namo Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Buddha.
And now we'll sing Vandana Tisarana, the service book, the white book on page 81.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama Buddham saranam gacchami Dhammam saranam gacchami Sangham saranam gacchami. Namo Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Buddha.
And now we part 1 on page 80 on the service book. Thank you. You may be seated. Now we'll have the chanting of the Shoshinge. It'll be on the service, the white service book, page 8 to 23. And then we'll jump to Wasan on page 28 to 30, and then back to 27.
Namo Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Buddha. Kinyo muryo jinrai Anusugashi ko Ozobosai niji Zaiseji Zayo Busho Tokensho Fujodoin Kokudo Ningai Shizen Maku Onyu Mudo Shushogan Joke Ukai Buse Okoshi Wishi Shoju Yusei Myosho Monjipo Ugo Muryo Muhenko Muge Mutai Koenmo Shoujo Kangi Chieko
無断なし無償行超日学校小人生一切文上無交渉本願名号症状後心身心行願に上等学書大涅槃一時別の願成就如来所意公修世唯世弥陀本願会五辱悪事群上会往生如来行実後両方一年喜愛心空断本の特例藩本性逆法される領収支了解一に摂取信仰上昇後意の水波無明暗頓内心臓死運上腹心自心人天異名日光不運無資源妙無安逆心謙虚大狂気即応調整合悪臭一切全幕本部人門心如来偶然願仏言広大小芸者全人用踏んだりけびだぶ本願念仏邪見教満悪臭上信行十字人に南中心南昔インド祭典シロンゲ中華自治域史こそ現代小公正勝利妙如来本税大き釈迦如来両河線一種五妙南天竺流十大自主とせ質の再派無権先生大乗無情法召喚議事小安楽現地南行六六信行異行指導楽国年弥陀部本願次年即時入実上唯の上昇如来号大大偶税四天神菩薩総論世奇妙無下光如来永州たら見心寺五千養生大誓願こういう本願力栄光異道群上昇一心記入空毒大崩壊立逆入大永収集特殊蓮華創世界即昇信用法昇進有言の人間人図入生十四自用下本自動乱両天使上皇乱消防さ来三蔵ルシ十上教本性専業気楽法天神菩薩論中下報道因果見世願方言栄光有他力少女心唯心人惑前本部新人法承知承知即涅槃一時無量光明道小修上回復系同社結晶道南小唯名浄土活入万全自力変言集円満特合感染症三分三心軽音語増魔法明道義一生増悪地偶税思案妖怪小全道 徳名不祥意公愛上三有逆悪公明明五権因縁介入本願大智慧行者小樹今後心狂気一年相互用意大と逆三人即所五所四上楽原神公開一大教返金安女間一切先祖終身反戦人王家二道小弁流極重悪に唯勝負が薬剤に摂取中煩悩証言水風剣大理無限上昇が本次元空妙仏教連民全幕本部人新宗教書公編集戦弱本願具悪性現来生じ臨伝芸血地義上位少子即入弱上無意楽一致新人異能入仏教大事修士と上際無変極辱悪同族自主不動心有意化心し南無阿弥陀仏
Please turn to page 28 to 30 for Wasan, followed by page 27.
十方美人世界の念仏の主情みそなわし摂取して捨てざれば阿弥陀と名付け立てまつるゴージャ真珠の如来は万行の所詮嫌いつつ名号不思議の信心の等しく人へに進めしむ十方ゴージャの諸ブッダ極難ののりを解き五辱悪世のためにとて少女五年せしめたり処分の五年少女は悲願成就のゆえなれば今後真の縁人は弥陀の第四法ずべし五辱悪 悪事悪世界俗悪邪見の衆生には皆の名号与えてぞ亡者の処遇進めたる皆の名号唱えつつ信心誠に売る人は億年の心常にしてぶっとんをずる思い
And on page 27.
がんにじくどく平等聖祭道菩提心往生安楽
I take refuge in Amida Buddha, your palms together in Gasho. Namo Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Buddha. We vow to give equal to all this matter together to raise the mind of the body and elevate to the realm of serenity and joy. Namo Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Buddha.
I'd like to welcome Reverend Sawada for our Dharma talk on Ohigan Service today.
Before my Dharma talk today, I would like you to follow me to read the 6 paramitas together on page 107. One?
15 115
115. In Jodo Shinshu tradition, it's to acknowledge that we are unable to work towards our own perfection, like due to our innate self-centeredness. Although we are encouraged to practice to the best of our ability, the teachings of the 6 paramitas is more important, a reminder of the egocentric nature of our life. Let's look now, read together. Dana, Fuse, giving, offering, generosity. This is the practice of an open heart, of giving freely what is needed
by others.
2. Sila, Jikai, discipline, observing the precepts. This is to develop good behavior, to obey the rules of parents and teachers and the laws of society. Buddhists encourage the development of the threefold disciplined behavior of body, speech, and mind. 3. Kisanti, Ninniku,
Patience, inclusiveness. One who is patient can endure long and is able to overcome many difficulties. With patience, we can develop an open heart, and frustration and anger will decrease.
Virya,
Shojin,
shojin,
endeavor,
diligence,
perseverance.
perseverance.
This is to strive with one's whole heart, not for short periods of concentrated effort, but continuously over long periods. Spiritual strength enables the individual to continue on without giving up in the face of difficulties.
Dhyana, Zenjo,
Zenjo, meditation, contemplation. The practice of meditation helps one to develop the other parameters. Meditation allows a person to concentrate upon the mind, to learn to understand. Through meditation, we can penetrate the mind's delusions and gain insight into ultimate reality.
Prajna,
Chie,
Chie,
wisdom, insight, understand. This is to see things as they are without the prejudice and perspectives that come from within. It is the letting go of opinions and concepts, the relinquishment of self, and brings this wisdom that leads directly to enlightenment. Namo Amida.
Good morning. Thank you, everyone. Today is our Ohigan service, and twice a year we have to call equinox. Equinox is when the 12 hours is day, 12 hours is night. It's dark and light. That reminds us in Buddhism, it can remind us that middle path. Middle path, you have this black, this dark, and the light together. But this actually is a way when we say is to go from this shore to another shore, we say pure land. It's like a path for enlightenment. What in the larger sutra, Dharmakara did to become Amida Buddha. It's like that, the path we are going. Then we say this in Sanskrit language, paramita. Param means other shore, ita, go to other shore. What really means, we just read this 6 parameters. 6 parameters are virtues of Bodhisattva. Bodhisattvas is people in the path, or almost Buddha. They are Buddha, they the path of Buddha. They fulfill to be a Buddha. And this parameter we read there a few months ago is selfless giving, discipline, patience, endurance, effort, meditation, and wisdom. Right. But for our tradition in Mahayana, we have more 4 to addition. Yeah? This is 4, we say, is upaya, adaptability, involves aspiration, pranidhana, strength of purpose, bala, and knowledge, jnana. This paramita actually is what we think we have to do to become Buddha, to go to the. But actually, this is a really hard for us as a human. We think we can do, but this kind of practice, the 6th one, we say is the 6th first is to focus on cultivation of our own character. It's like you work for you in your. But the other 4, because we have 10 parameters, is in Mahayana tradition, is how this other parameter work to these teachings go more in way to this community, to Sangha, to the community, to how can we spread, how can work there. This is a technical information, I'm sorry, but what I can say about parameters. And paramitas, sorry, yeah, I was in mask, sorry. But paramitas is not really, we do this practice in Buddhism to realize something important. You try to do perfection. Yeah, what we think about Buddhism is you go to perfect enlightenment. What we say perfect in your mind is if you do this all kind of virtues, we work there. This 6 + 4 parameters, you can become Buddha. But actually, this is not with what parameter means. Parameters is to where you are going to stand. When you say there is dark and there is light, what does mean this, dark and light? Dark and the light is what we can realize about us. For example, if you think you are going to perfection, we think this is light. But when you think about your 3 poisons, about your ego, about hatred, desire, ignorance, you think this is our darkness. But actually, when Shakyamuni Buddha, he became his enlightened experience, he realized that these 2 things, the darkness or the light, actually was inside of his mind. It's from the point of view of this ego. And the more deep he goes to enlightenment experience, he realized that light and dark was one thing, was absent of himself. What I can tell about this kind of, that's Shinran and Sensei, one of the most important thinker is Manshi Kiyozawa Sensei, Master Shinran, and I can say about my dad too. There is some kind of experience. They try everything. For example, Shinran, he tried to 20 years in the monastic life, try to go to this path, respecting meditation, respect all kind of selfless donation, everything like the Bodhisattva path. He realized he really couldn't get this enlightenment path. And Kiyozawa Sensei, he was one of the important thinker of Buddhism in the last century. Through this, he tried to remodel the Jodo Shinshu. He was the leader. He tried everything to get his enlightenment, but he couldn't make this model of Jodo Shinshu. He tried to eat lesser and make all kind of endeavors, practices to get, but he got one tuberculosis and he passed away and 40 years old, and he lost his wife, his son and he tried a lot of things, but when you see Kiyozawa Sensei's life and Shinran's life, struggle, doing everything to get this perfection of their life, and he couldn't. What we could think about these parameters? Parameters actually is to realize that how ignorant we are. This is the most important point of these parameters. This Higan. Higan means you come back. What place you are going to stand? You are going to stand in your own reality or in the truth. This is what we are every time the question comes to us. Is about where you are going to stand. O-Higan is a place to
you realize where you are going to stand. For example, when I think about my dad, my father, oh, he was for me in that time when I was teenager. My dad was really not a good model to follow because he was not a good speaker. Every time do the same Dharma talk actually, but he was really one path, only this path of the Dharma, and he used to travel 1,000 miles to spread Buddhism. Take 3-4 days to cover the area doing. He couldn't speak well Portuguese, only more Japanese there. He was every time for me was oh, I don't follow this man. I cannot follow because he every time. But he was every time quiet, doing everything, the same thing. And my mother, in opposite, he was very successful person. She teach Japanese buyo traditional dance, and for me, my mom was more model. I followed them. My father was not, and every time a lot of so to say bully. How to say he suffered bullying and people try to put him as a bad person, but my dad never was every time quiet and doing. Then what I can realize about that, yeah, in like Kyozawa Sensei, like Shinran, Path, they weren't every time in struggle living their lives, but only try to listen this Dharma path. Instead of they couldn't. This kind of things works. It's not salvation or be saved. It's not because you decide or don't decide. This is the work you realize. Then these parameters or Higan is the way you realize that darkness or enlightenment all is a fantasy in creation of our mind. What do you have is only this right now. This right now is all you need, all you have. This is what we stand in the true reality. The Dharma is calling us every time to awake to the true reality, where we are going to, but we don't listen to this. We don't listen. We every time we think, yeah, we're doing this nice practices, we can go to the nirvana, we do everything to become a Buddha, but as this wrong path, wrong, like Shinran said, everything goes to the ocean. What we think about you as a small drop of water go to a stream. Instead, what you are doing, what you do, all goes to the ocean. All goes to the ocean means that it's not your decision what you do. But you can also say, no, you are telling this is not important, you follow the parameters. Of course it's important, because this is a path to you realize how ignorant we are, how make you in the path of to listen a little bit more about these teachings. Then, this is important way to O-Higan is realize where you are going to stand in the Buddha's wisdom, or you keep as in your own fantasies. This is what make this. Then the O-Higan come. This is a middle path. Middle path means this. Yeah, not go through streams, not go only. You stand here right now. Stand here right now. I cannot expect to be happy tomorrow. I cannot bring my memories and I live by my memories. Yeah? I forget that I have is right now, is Ichinen. Ichinen means this moment right now. This is what I could learn from my father, from other sensei, from Shinran, from Kiyozawa sensei, is what we do. Of course, you can see, oh, that kind of thing is not, but everything you do goes to the ocean, goes to the truth. This is what salvation of this path is not your decision. It's come from something much, I would say, bigger. Of course, I'm putting in dualism, but not like this. It's not comparison. But you realize about this work in you. And now I can see my dad as a Bodhisattva, Bodhisattva, to guide me to the true reality. This is what in that time I couldn't see him like that. That this, you meet your ancestor, there is this part. This is O-Higan, the spirit. Yeah? Thank you so much for today. Your hands in meditation and bring memories of these nice ancestors, all they are doing for us, and they did and continue doing working everything here. Namo Amida Buddha, Namo Amida Buddha, Namo. And now, if you want to share something about these Buddha's teachings to make you to realize something important, if you want to share in 2-3 minutes, I ask you to come here if you want to share. Is there someone? I know that we asked it suddenly that you can come here to share. People become a little, yeah. But when you share something, it's really important that we can see you in others, others in you. This is really important for these paramitas. You identify you in others, others in you. Do you have something you want to share? No? No one? If we don't have, yeah, we ask only. Namo Amida Buddha, Namo Amida Buddha, Namo Amida Buddha. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we'll read. Now we'll have the Ondoku-san number 2 in the white book on page 83. Everybody, please rise.
Amida.
I vow to spread my gratitude for the great compassion that embraces me continuously until my body turns to dust. I vow to express my appreciation for the wonderful lessons of my Dharma teacher until my body formed this chapter. Namaste.
Thank you. Be seated. That concludes our service, but I have a few announcements. On March 15th, which is a Wednesday, we'll do the larger sutra from the lecture series, and this is all done by Zoom from 5:30 to 7, and that's on a Wednesdays. On the 18th of March, which is a Saturday, the people that are going on the Japan tour, the Hozan orientation will be at the Betsuen at 10 a.m. And on the 19th, which is a Sunday, there's no service here, but we'll be joining, we're going to join Betsuen for O-Higan service at 10 a.m. And Bishop Kikoshi will be the guest speaker, and he's from Japan. And on the 26th, which is a Sunday, our Sunday service is at 9 a.m. and there'll be a live stream on the YouTube on our channel. And on April 9th will be the Hanamatsuri service. It's a joint service, and that will be in Kailua. So we'll be with the Windward Buddhist Temple at 10 a.m. So we'll be joining their service. Are there any other announcements? Okay. Thank you for coming to O-Higan service.
Thank you everyone to today. Thank you.